Let me ask you something. You call your dachshund's name, they look at you, you say sit. They stare at you like you just said something in a foreign language. You say it again, nothing. You say it a third time, maybe a little louder this time. And finally, maybe they do it. Or maybe they just walk away. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. And more importantly, it is not your fault. But it is something you absolutely can fix. And that is exactly what we are doing today. By the end of this video, you are going to understand why your dachshund ignores you, what is actually going on in their mind when you give a command, and the exact method that makes them obey the first time, every single time. Not the fifth time, not after you raise your voice. The first time. This works for puppies. It works for adult dachshunds. It even works for stubborn rescue dogs who have never had any training in their life. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about why dachshunds are so notoriously difficult to train. Because if you have ever owned another breed before, you might be wondering why your dachshund seems so much more resistant. The answer goes back to what they were bred for. Dachshunds were not bred to follow orders. They were bred to hunt independently, underground, alone, without a human telling them what to do. For hundreds of years, a dachshund's survival depended on making their own decisions quickly without waiting for approval. That independence is hardwired into their DNA. It is not stubbornness for the sake of being difficult. It is intelligence. It is confidence. It is a dog who genuinely believes they know best. And here's the thing, that quality is actually something to admire. But it also means that the training approach you use with a Labrador or a Golden Retriever will not work the same way with a Dachshund. Those breeds were bred to please their owners. Dachshunds were bred to please themselves. So your job is not to overpower them. Your job is to make obeying you feel like their idea. That is the entire secret. And everything we are going to talk about today comes back to that one principle. Make obeying you feel like their idea. So how do you actually do that? It comes down to 5 things: clarity, timing, value, consistency, and confidence. Let's break each one down. The first is clarity. Most owners accidentally give confusing commands without realizing it. Think about how many times in a day you say your dog's name. You say it when you are happy to see them. You say it when they are in trouble. You say it just because they are cute and you love them. You say it when you want them to come. You say it when you want them to stop. After a while, your dachshund hears their name and has absolutely no idea what it means because it has meant 100 different things. The rule is this: every word you use in training must mean one thing and one thing only. Sit means sit. Stay means stay. Come means come. And your dog's name should only be used to get their attention before a command, not as the command itself. When you clean up your language, your dachshund immediately becomes more responsive, because now the words actually mean something clear. Also, make sure your body language matches your words. Dogs read body language before they read words. If you are saying sit while leaning forward with tense shoulders, your dog is receiving a completely different message than you intend. Relax your body, use calm, clear gestures. Your physical signals are just as important as your verbal ones. The second element is timing. This is probably the most misunderstood part of dog training, and getting it right will change everything. In dog training, timing means the gap between the moment your dog does what you want and the moment you reward them for it. That gap needs to be as close to 0 as possible. Here is why. Dogs do not think in sentences. They do not connect something that happened 5 seconds ago with what is happening now. They connect what they are doing in this exact moment with what follows immediately. So if your dachshund sits and you say good boy, and then you reach into your pocket, and then you pull out a treat, and then you give it to them, by the time that treat arrives, your dog has already stood back up, looked at the ceiling, sniffed the floor, and thought about 17 other things. The reward is now connected to sniffing the floor, not to sitting. The solution is a marker. A marker is a short, sharp sound that you make the exact instant your dog does the right thing. The most common marker is the word yes, said quickly and brightly. The moment your dog's bottom hits the floor, you say yes, and then you give the treat. Over time, your dog learns that yes means you did exactly the right thing, and a reward is coming. The marker bridges the gap between the behavior and the reward. and it makes your training dramatically faster and more precise. The third element is value. Your Dachshund is always doing a cost-benefit analysis, even if they do not know it. Every time you ask them to do something, some part of their brain is weighing up whether it is worth it. And if the reward you are offering is not valuable enough, they will simply decide it is not worth their time. This is why many owners struggle with training. They use dry kibble as a reward, or they use praise alone. And for some dogs, that works fine. But Dachshunds, with their strong independent streak, often need higher value rewards, especially in the early stages of learning a new behavior. Think small pieces of cooked chicken, a tiny bit of cheese, a fragment of their favorite treat, something that makes their eyes light up the moment they smell it. Once a behavior is well established, you can gradually reduce the food rewards and replace them with praise, play, or affection. But in the learning phase, bring out the good stuff. Make obeying you the most rewarding decision your dog makes all day. The fourth element is consistency. This one is simple to understand, but hard to maintain. And it is where most training falls apart. Consistency means the rules are the same every single time, with every single person in the household, in every single situation. If sit means sit when you are in the kitchen, but it is optional in the living room, your Dachshund will learn that sit is a suggestion, not a rule. If you enforce no jumping on guests, but your partner lets the dog jump on them because it is cute, your dog learns that jumping sometimes works. And a behavior that sometimes works is actually harder to extinguish than a behavior that always works, because the dog keeps trying on the chance that this time might be the time it pays off. Sit down with everyone in your home and agree on the rules. Use the same words. Enforce the same boundaries every single time. That consistency is what transforms a command from something your dog does when they feel like it into something they do automatically, reliably, and on the first ask. The fifth element is confidence. And this one is about you, not your dog. Dachshunds are extraordinarily good at reading human energy. They know instantly whether you believe what you are saying. And if you ask for a sit with a nervous, uncertain energy, or if you repeat the command 5 times because you expect to be ignored, your dog picks up on that. They read your uncertainty as a signal that the command is not really serious. Give every command once. Say it clearly, calmly, and with quiet confidence. Then wait. Give your dog a moment to process and respond. If they do not, gently guide them into position, then reward. But only say the command once. Repeating it teaches your dog that they do not need to respond until you have said it several times. One command, one response. Every time. Now let's talk about a few specific situations that Dachshund owners find especially challenging. The first is recall, getting your dog to come when called. This is one of the most important skills your dog can have, and one of the most commonly broken. The key to a reliable recall is to make coming to you the best thing that ever happens to your dog. Every single time they come when called, they get an enthusiastic celebration. Big praise, a great treat, lots of love. Never call your dog to come and then do something they dislike, like a bath or nail trimming. If you need to do those things, go and get your dog instead. You want come to mean something wonderful is about to happen. Always, without exception. The second challenging situation is leash walking. Dachshunds are scent hounds. Their nose is one of the most powerful tools they have, and when they catch an interesting smell, everything else in the world ceases to exist. The trick with leash training is to make walking beside you more interesting than the smell on the ground. Stop moving the moment your dog pulls. Stand completely still the moment they release the tension and look back at you. Mark it with yes and reward. Then continue walking. It takes patience. But your dog will quickly learn that pulling stops the walk and staying close keeps it moving. The third is barking. Dachshunds were bred to bark. It is deeply instinctual. The key is not to try to eliminate barking completely, which is both unrealistic and unfair, but to teach an off switch. When your dog barks, let them bark 2 or 3 times, then say quiet calmly and hold a treat near their nose. A dog cannot sniff and bark at the same time. The moment they stop barking to sniff, say yes and reward. Repeat this consistently, and your dog will learn that quiet is a command that results in something good. Here is something I want you to remember as we wrap up. Training your Dachshund is not about control. It is not about dominance. It is not about showing them who is boss. It is about communication. It is about building a language between you and your dog so that you understand each other. And when that communication is clear, something beautiful happens. Your dog is not stressed by confusion. You are not frustrated by disobedience. You are just two beings who understand each other, living together in genuine harmony. Dachshunds who are well-trained are also happier dogs. They get more freedom because they can be trusted. They get to go more places. They have less anxiety because they know what is expected of them. Training is one of the greatest gifts you can give your dog. And speaking of gifts, I want to tell you about something that is going to make everything we talked about today even easier to put into practice. It is called the Complete Dachshund Handbook, and the link is right there in the description below. Here is why I want you to check it out. Everything in this video is just one piece of the puzzle, because owning a dachshund is not just about training. It is about understanding who they are completely. Their nutrition, their health, their emotional needs, their back, their behavior. All of it connects. And when you understand the full picture, raising your dachshund stops feeling like a daily battle and starts feeling like pure joy. If you own a dachshund or you are planning to get one, you already know they are not like other dogs. They are intelligent, stubborn, emotional, and fiercely loyal. And without the right approach, even the most loving owners struggle. Barking that never stops, potty training that goes on forever, separation anxiety, health scares. Sound familiar? This handbook solves all of that in one place. Inside, you will find how to train your dachshund using simple, proven methods that actually work for this breed. The fastest way to get potty training done without the mess and frustration. How to stop excessive barking for good, proper nutrition to keep your dog lean and healthy, how to protect their back from IVDD, which we covered in our last video, daily routines that create a calm, confident, obedient dog, and practical tips for building the kind of bond with your dachshund that lasts a lifetime. This is not generic dog advice copy-pasted from the internet. This is a real-world guide written specifically for dachshund owners who want results. Whether you are just starting out or you have had your dog for years and are still struggling, this handbook gives you the clarity, the structure, and the confidence to finally get it right. You are not just raising a dog. You are building a relationship that will last a lifetime. Start today and give your dachshund the life they truly deserve. The link is in the description. Go check it out right now. And if this video gave you something valuable today, please share it with another dachshund owner who needs it. Leave a comment below and tell me, what is the one command your dachshund refuses to obey? I read every single comment and I would love to hear from you. Subscribe if you have not already, hit the bell, and I will see you in the next video.